Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day today. Today we're going to take a look at kind of a unique guitar that's also one of the more interesting packages I've ever seen. This is an Enya Go travel acoustic guitar. This guitar is made by a company called Enya. They've made multiple carbon fiber acoustic guitars, as well as some ukuleles and just a couple of other things from what I've been able to see. I'm not sure how long they've been in business, but they certainly have a very interesting package going on here, and it seems like everything they do is pretty high standard of quality. And I'll show you some pictures and I'll provide more detail about what it is exactly that I'm talking about. But yeah, this is an interesting guitar. So it's not fully carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber composite material that also has polycarbonate, but it does still give you the benefit of the resistance to temperature changes and changes in weather, humidity, all that. I mean, this kind of guitar, you can literally leave it on the back of your, like the back of your trunk in your car and you'll be fine. Or you can take it to the beach, or you can go into the winter time and play, I think up to like -4 degrees or something I read. I can't remember. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But yeah, if you're looking for a guitar that you don't want to worry about temperature changes, this is probably the one really cool option to look at. Now, it's all made of that same material. So the carbon fiber polycarbonate material is everything: the neck, the fretboard, the body. So that's pretty simple as far as specs go. It does have some nickel frets on it, and they are actually really nicely rounded. I will put close-ups of that in the screen for you guys to appreciate. But kind of a pleasant surprise in a beginner price point guitar, right? One interesting thing that we're going to talk about that is there's a 0 fret that's going to allow you to have lower action. And next to the 0 fret is another interesting thing that we'll also talk about, which is the nut. Except it's not a nut. It's actually part of the guitar, which is interesting. I don't know. I have to assume that's a design choice because I've seen other carbon fiber guitars that have a traditional nut, and it does have a bone saddle at the bridge. So kind of interesting there. We have some die-cast tuners, and it also comes with a pretty cool and unique package. So a lot of really interesting things come with it. We'll start with the box, and it's kind of a silly thing to show, but it comes double boxed. But the box where the guitar is kind of colorful. So this is nice. You know, you're used to getting all these boring cardboard boxes. So kind of cool to see someone, just staying away from the norm and doing something different, a little bit more colorful. Another cool accessory that you get with it is this gig back / hard shell or soft shell case. I would just call this a soft shell case. So it is a case. It's not a bag so much. It's not as hard as your typical wooden hard shell case or ABS flight case, but it is a solid case. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried at all if you're going to travel. Take this with you cross country. You'll be fine. Inside the bag, there's a couple of things that are interesting, so I want to show those to you. We have some strings, so that's always nice to see. We have a truss rod along with a package that has a polishing cloth, which is really interesting and nice to see. I don't remember if there was anything else. I feel like there was, but I can't remember what it is for the life of me. I'll put whatever it is on the screen. The final thing, this one's really interesting, is these little rubber kind of like strap locks. So when I first saw this, it really threw me for a loop because I wasn't sure what you're supposed to do with these. I mean, they look like they go on your strap buttons, but there were no instructions, and I just couldn't figure it out until I decided to look a little further into it, just kind of see what I had in front of me, and I will show you what this is for, because it's kind of unique and interesting. So what you do is you grab one of these, you put it in your strap lock. They're kind of a tight fit, so I'm gonna struggle here for a solid minute. All right, so while I'm putting this, I will put links in the description for you guys to check out more information on the guitar, as well as some close-up pictures. So there we go. We got one. Let's put the second one on. Yeah, it's a tight fit. I guess once you put it in, you don't have to worry about it coming off. So here's where it gets interesting. In the back, the strap that you use to carry your guitar case is actually a strap for these little plastic things. So there's some clips in here that you basically just unclip. This is difficult to do while holding the guitar, but we specialize in doing complicating our life like this. All right, finally. So you have these little metal clips right here. So what you do is you basically unclip it from the back, and then you put it like so, and it just goes. Hopefully I'm showing this to everyone. You can appreciate it properly. There we go, like this. Yeah, talk about creative. It took me a while. It's really funny because my friend Richard James, you know him as the Ball Shredder, he made a review on the acoustic electric guitar of acoustic electric version of this same guitar. And so he saw those and he had no idea what they were for, and stumbled him too. So I'm glad to know that I wasn't alone in trying to figure out what the heck this was for. So, you know, props to Enya for being really creative. There we go. It only took like 10 minutes. But yeah, you just go in and boom, you got your strap. Pretty unique. So what I like to do is just do some arpeggio and lead examples for you. I'm not doing a backing track because this one is just a standard acoustic version. So might be hard to do something with a backing track there. And I'll give you my final thoughts on what I think about the overall package. So let's go ahead and do that now. This guitar retails $189, including the case and the accessories. I've seen it go for as low as about $150 something. It's interesting because there's a couple of really attractive points here. Number one is you have the carbon fiber composite material. So it's going to withstand those weather changes, which is great. It's nice to have a guitar that you don't have to worry about. Number two is you're getting kind of like an all-inclusive package in a smaller size. So if you're traveling and you want your footprint to be pretty lightweight, this is a great option that's going to give you that convenience package in a smaller unit. Number three is someone that's looking for a guitar for maybe a child or someone with smaller hands. This is what it's considered half size. It's not physically half the size of a normal guitar. It's more like, well, I guess it's more like 2/3, but yeah, it's a smaller guitar with a smaller neck, and it's just something that you can take with you and not have to worry about it. But if you're someone or you're looking for gifts for someone or a guitar for someone that has smaller hands or is a child or something like that, hey, this is a great option. What's cool about this, it'll still be great down the line when they grow up or when they want to move on to something. This will still be, that little indestructible, weather-resistant travel guitar thingy that they can always have. So pretty cool. I think they're very creative and very unique. The build quality of the guitar is excellent. There is absolutely nothing wrong in terms of build quality. The fretwork is really, really good. It's about as great as you'll ever see it on any guitar in this price range. So all those features, and then there's a lot of like little intricacies with the package. You know, it's colorful. The back is nice. Even the zippers for the case look really cool. Like, you know, it's a very interesting, very unique, well designed package. There are some negative downsides to this. So the first one is, you know, this is kind of a thinner body guitar. You don't have much for a sound hole, so the overall volume projection of the guitar, it's decent. You'll hear it. But if you're trying to play in a room full of people, it's not going to be fantastic. So that's one of them. The other one is I don't like the fact that this doesn't have a normal bone nut or just a normal guitar nut. I don't appreciate the fact that it's embedded into the material, because if you need to make changes, like lower the height of the nut or adjust the grooves or whatnot, it's not ideal. And so to me, that's a pretty big con on the guitar, but that might be the only thing. I mean, everything else is pretty fine. Tuning stability is decent. It's about what you'd expect from a guitar in this price range. The bridge is perfectly fine. You know, everything about the guitar is fine. I just wish it had a normal nut. Again, I don't know why they did this. Clearly a design choice, because I've seen some of the other carbon fiber guitars and they've had regular bone nuts. So advice to Enya, you might want to consider changing that for the future. But other than that, you know, really cool package. I think ideal for people with smaller hands or people looking for a travel guitar, like I mentioned. I think that's great. For me, I'm kind of a bigger guy. You know, my fingers are a bit fat, so it takes some getting used to, but it's so perfectly usable for me as a, you know, 5'9", 300-pound adult. So I hope that helps you make an educated decision about whether this is right for you or for the person that you're looking for. Overall, I like this guitar. I think it sounds pretty nice. Just again, don't expect it to be this thing where you're going to play in a large room full of people and you know, be able to provide enough volume for all of them, because that's probably not the case. If you need more volume, I would recommend you check out the acoustic electric version. I'll put a link for the Ball Shredder's video on it, which he just did today. So you guys can check that out. It has some effects and some extra features. I think that one's priced at about $300 if I'm not mistaken. This one, like I said, somewhere between $150, $180. Pretty decent deal for the money. And yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was educational. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you want to leave a like, comment, subscribe to all that YouTube jazz, because it'll help me out. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.